If you want power to the people, then you gotta go read, baby.
What's up?
If my stick in the club, I shoot her up. I'm not like John Moran. I say I've been racing, I've been trying to run up a meter, but I'm fed up. She get molded, that's what happened when you put that bread up. I say they call me the letter man, everything I say is down. My stick in the club, I shoot it up. I'm not like John Moran. What you do fun, I do enough. Some nights I had to vamp. Way I'm pulling up, shit tinted up, look like I'm trying to count. I can't too much be around niggas loose, I got too much to lose. Me and my whole team gon' get a ring, but we ain't jump the boom. This shit I'm smoking, it ain't laced, but I might knock them out of shit. And we don't bend, we don't fold, but we might break it.
Hey, y'all follow us, STV.network. Yes, no, you too. Say the N-word.
Skycorp presents a revolutionary new subscription service, the N-word Pass.
For $50 a month, I can be cool and really connect with the black community. Oh look, there's one now. What's up, man?
As a subscriber, you can say it to any designated N-word recipient. You pay the black community monthly, and they receive monthly payments in return.
I'm making $10K a month off this. Just wanted a little pass, and let a bunch of white people call me a nigga. Hell, say it with a hard R. He's just being silly. The hard R pass is not available at this time.
Let's jump this motherfucker. Let's jump his ass. Whoa! Check that. Check that. You look fresh as fuck. You look like future drinking and smoking.
Do y'all feel like the government has the power, or y'all feel like the people have the power?
Government.
Government, how you feel?
I mean, it's a win-win either way, man. Think about it in certain ways, man.
Okay. And you said the government. Do you feel like voting has power?
I feel like if it don't go in their favor, they'll try to switch it to go in their favor. So either way, if we vote or not, they're gonna make it to where it makes them look good.
Nah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I appreciate y'all participating.
All right, so we just want to know, who do you think has more power, the people or the government?
Oh man. I wish the people, but I would say the government.
So where do you think their power lies?
In the government.
In the government, just running shit, huh?
Yeah, running.
So you don't think the people can do anything?
I mean, if we really got like, you know, together, but
okay. Say we did get together and you in charge, what you changing?
Getting everybody together.
What? We already togetger.
Oh, everybody together?
Say that we was together.
Yeah.
And you in charge. You leading the whole game. What you changing?
That's a tough one, man. I'll have to.
I feel you. Hey, that's smart.
I'll have to write
that's
down.
not something you just want to think off the dome, though.
That's when my the person who will write my speeches for me, he would come in like, oh, that's it for Mr. President. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm over there. I gotta write down on that.
Okay, what's your name, bro?
I gotta think of that.
Trev 2024.
Hey, what you drinking, Trev? This breeze.
Wait, what are you gonna ask us to go through our phone and shit?
Nah.
Yeah, let's do that.
No.
So do y'all think us the people got more power or the government?
The government.
Government. Why you say the government?
It's obvious.
It's obvious?
Yeah, they're the ones that control everything.
Okay.
I mean, we're trying to make it where we have more power, but I feel like the government still does at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you think it, like when we vote, you think that's changing anything?
No.
No.
Because they already know who's gonna win and stuff.
I feel like they already know who they're gonna pick and everything. So.
Yeah. So do y'all vote?
Yes.
I will. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Why you say Trump?
I don't know, because I like him.
You like Trump?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your ethnicity?
Dominican.
That's interesting coming from like a
Latin
ethnicity.
person.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so do y'all feel like you like a certain candidate over the other?
I don't think he attacks us like directly.
I think his supporters attack us.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the things that he stands for, I agree with. So.
Did y'all always think like that, like in the past?
No. At the beginning, I think we were very judgmental with it. Like we're like, oh, F Trump, this and that. But once you see what the changes and stuff, you're like, now I get what he's talking about.
Do y'all feel like it was a change that made y'all think differently of Trump, or was it just seeing the opposite end?
I think the country was better when he was president. I think things were better.
Yeah.
But do y'all feel like it was y'all that didn't like Trump, or maybe the media tried to get
the media? I think the media kind of.
Okay, so the media. So basically, y'all feel like the media has the power to control public opinion.
Yes. Yeah. Actually,
okay. So they could get, if it's in their best interest, they could get us to like one candidate over the other, right?
Right. Yeah.
Do y'all feel like either candidate, say it's Trump and Biden again, do y'all feel like either candidate is suitable for the country, or both of them aren't suitable?
I just like that Trump is trying to make sure that the United States is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think his main focus is the United States. I just feel like he wants changes to make us better in a sense, But I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. One last question, y'all. So we in the United States. We just spoke on how media can control or influence public opinion. Do y'all feel like we're united, or do y'all feel like we are divided as a country?
Divided.
I don't know. I kind of think we're getting more united than before, in a sense. I do see the unity between us, but
why you say that?
It's a lot. It's a lot of changes. I think that, for instance, like Black Lives Matters and stuff like that. Like more people are aware, and more people are more, being fair and seeing what exactly it means. So.
Let me ask you this: would you say the internet is bringing us closer together or separating us? Social media, and just the internet in general.
That's a deep question.
Yeah, because
Okay, let me ask y'all like this: do y'all feel like the internet makes it easier to think for yourself, or it makes it easier to think in a group?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make you think for yourself. It definitely influences you, and it influences other people around you, and then the topics are what's going on in the media at the end of the day. So.
Because the dangers of that could be possibly everybody feeling the same way, or being scared to speak on how they truly feel because, they might get vilified.
You feel like, hey, the majority says this, so if I say the opposite, everyone's going to be mad at me about it. So you kind of stand back sometimes from saying things.
Who got, like, who's really running the world that got the power? Is it us, or is it the government?
So even though I said I'm not going to step in, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
So I do feel the government definitely has more power than the people, but if the people stop participating and if we just give up, then there's no solution to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like the only way we might have some control is when the people come together and at least choose to voice our opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm an immigrant here, I don't vote. One thing I do every time there is a chance for other citizens here, like actual citizens, to vote, I'm like, please do, because if I were back in my country, I wouldn't miss that opportunity. Because that's how else, like, what else are we going to do to speak up? This is the only legal way for us to do this. So that's just my opinion.
And I would say the people have the power, but I don't think we utilize it as we should. You know what I mean? In the right way.
You trying to elaborate on that?
I feel like people bend the knee and they just do what they're told. Like, look at January 6th. Like, there was a whole thing where people like stormed the Capitol, but like a lot of people, I don't know, I feel like it would have been different if people were black or a different color, but and so it shows where the power is. Like, they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't know.
But I have a lot of like friends who are like people of color and who actually tell me that they don't want to vote because they don't believe in the system. But I'm like,
why do you think that is though?
Of course, because they've seen that there's, it's not fair and they're misinformed. Things are not happening the way they should happen.
Do you think how much do you think their vote counts?
Ooh, well, I just moved from
It
Kentucky.
counts.
And I've always felt like my vote does not count because I come from
Okay,
a
I'm gonna
very
say something.
Republican strong state.
But
So-
Georgia was a Republican like strong state,
Yeah.
11,000 something votes.
Yeah, but Kentucky will
Turn it
never.
over.
Kentucky will
Imagine
never
if
be
those
that way.
11,000 people out of 1 million people had chosen not to vote.
Can I ask you a question specifically? So what country are you from?
India.
India. And what's the power structure like there? The government makes all the decisions and
So it's very different from here. Like here you have two main parties and you do have more parties, but they're kind of non-existent.
They kind of got eliminated. We were just speaking about the Black Panther Party earlier, but you don't hear anything about that anymore.
But in India, it's very different. Every region has their own preference. So people get a chance to speak up. Like somebody from a village in some random state would have a completely different opinion to someone in a city, but their vote still counts. And that's why it's slightly different from how it works here.
Yeah, because we have the electoral college.
Yeah.
And so no matter where you live, like you can vote blue or red, and
Right.
whatever your state decides. That's
right. But I'll still go back to the Georgia example. Like that one, like blew me. Like I was like, this is amazing that 11,000 people made a difference. And
I think it would be better if the people were able to vote for policies instead of voting for people that have their own policies.
That's a great question. And
yes, I think that becomes complicated and a lot.
It gets complicated, but you know, we were literally talking about this today, how I have my, like, I do think a certain way, and I'm like, yeah, I think I lean a certain way, but there are good policies. Not all are good.
On both sides.
But there are good policies on both sides. I wish I could just like handpick and be like, yeah, this is my preference.
So that being said, because that's where I feel like the government may have an angle where they try to keep the United States divided, where they have, you know, I think the majority of us would agree for the most part on each topic or each policy, but we're divided into left and right or blue and red.
Because you only get to pick one side.
Yeah, and I feel like we're forced to pick a side.
I think so.
Instead of it's just like you just don't talk about it and you vote, and that's that.
But going back to the fact that a lot of people don't like participating because there's just so much like lack of justice that has happened. But imagine, I feel like not participating is still worse than not that. Yes, voting is not enough. But even if we don't do even that much, then what else is the option? Like what are the other options?
Talking about?
Says the man in white and cargo shorts. Oh wait, those are khakis.
Cargo shorts?
No, they're khakis. I'll take it back. But
with the pen, what's up?
No, I was gonna say, says the man whose opinion didn't
Speak
matter.
your judgment.
Hold on, fit check.
I did. I was gonna say I did. I am. No. I'm good. Thank you.
You took it personal.
Not personal. But I think you have a mission.
STV Network, man.
Next question.
Nigga, please. Nigga, you know, can you lend a nigga a pencil?
You got the Benz hat on, you got the Benz shades on, the pandas on, the express khaki. I ain't never seen khaki like that, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta be careful out here, man.
I'll fuck somebody up.
Yeah, but you can't, you can't always fuck somebody up, you know? Sometimes it's
What's your number?
614. Yes, sir.
Let's do an interview right now.
Let's do it. Hey, you can get an interview in real quick. Let me get that hat. Get that hat.
We interviewing him.
Right here. This man.
Shit, fuck it, why not?
No, I'm on the high.
Hey, we might as well do it with this one.
He's wide.
He said you wide.
He played.
What happened in the hat?
Oh, you try to take it?
Nah.
Go ahead. Do that.
Nah, this our hat. This our brand.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I got a question for you too.
You got a question for me?
Yeah.
You go first.
I can go first?
Not you guys, I promise.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you clearing it up.
All right, come on. You got me a question first.
You good?
Yeah, we got.
So who you think got who got more power? Is it us, the people, or is it the government?
The people.
You said the people. Why you say the people?
Because the people are the government, right?
The people, the government.
Yeah, the people are the government, and then if you know a lot about the judicial system, and it has a lot to do with a lot of the the congressmen in office. But if we do that and we just keep like different political parties coming through with the different senates and the House and the different type of things that we can say in the office, because a lot of things go to the Oval Office. Shut your bitch ass up!
Too, cause you back on there, yeah.
No, what's up?
Back on there, Apple.
That's how I grew up.
You grew up playing football?
Look.
What are you? Right tackle?
Bitch, I was a fucking free safety. I'll lay your shit up.
Let me ask you a question.
Oklahoma drill right now.
Come on.
Who do you think has more power, the people or the government?
Oh, it's definitely the government.
The government?
Yeah.
And so you don't think the people have any say-so in anything?
I think they make us believe that we do when we really don't.
You want to explain that a little bit?
Well, honestly, I ain't really into politics, and that's the main reason why. I don't trust none of them. Honestly, I don't know much about it, but I don't really think that we really have any power. I think, they make us believe that we have power. I mean, look at the president. Dude can't even talk. Like, he'd get up, he's falling asleep in Hawaii while, all them people were talking about the wildfires and their families dying. He's there falling asleep. Yeah, I don't have no faith in it.
Do you believe if the people came together and start creating their own rules and regulations, do you think that we would have some chance?
I don't know if they'd let us. I don't know. They'd see that start coming up, and I think they'd try to nip that in the bud real quick.
We're getting ice cream on my break from the game.
All right.
Hey.
What question you got for me?
No more Michigan fandom going on.
Oh, come on.
It's like, no, I'm playing. Okay, so.
Right, come on, Scotty.
Scotty, you want to be in it, Scotty? It's an easy question. I feel like Scotty got it, man.
All right, what do you got for us, buddy?
Okay, so I want to know, do y'all feel like the government has the power or the people have the power?
Right now, government.
What about you, Scotty?
The people should have the power.
The people should, but do they?
No.
They don't.
They do, but they don't realize it.
Can you expound on that?
Because they have the ability, but they need to take action.
So is it a thing of unity?
I think that's part of it.
Okay, so since it's a unity thing that's keeping us from really grasping the power that we should have, and the government does have the power, do you think the government tries their best to keep us divided?
At this point, yes, I think they do.
And why do you feel like that?
I just think that whoever's in place right now is not doing the best to unify what should be unified. I think there's a big divide right now in a lot of areas, and there shouldn't be.
Do you feel that, as we alluded to, if the people were to unify, that the government would be like overthrown, or it would become a thing of the past?
I don't think it would be overthrown. I think they would realize that we can get together and we can be unified. But I don't think. Excuse me, that threw me off.
We need to find a middle ground that everybody can agree on a few things.
Right.
Rather than want to go this way and we want to go that way, when most people really want to go this way.
Right.
And currently, they equate our voice to our vote. How much power do y'all believe is in the power of vote?
I do believe it's a great right to have to be able to vote.
Right.
A lot of countries don't have that ability and that privilege, so I think there's power in it. I just think there's a lot of ways of getting around it right now, which I think is a problem.
I agree wholeheartedly. Man, I appreciate y'all for joining in.
You're welcome.
One more question.
When you guys were like younger, like growing up, can y'all see a difference from then to now?
Yes.
Okay, could y'all explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I just think there was a lot, because technology wasn't what it was back then. I think it was a lot easier to have power in the vote, and I think we were actually getting to a place where people were coming together. I think with a lot of the social media and a lot of the technology, I think it's starting to separate us a little bit, because we're not talking to each other anymore. We're listening to everything that's,
It's too easy to find the extremes.
Yeah, I grew up in Detroit, and I can tell you, man, it was a great place to be, and we were really getting together. And now I think it's separating again, which I don't like to see.
Man, I'm glad you asked that question, because we was just talking. We do a podcast twice a week, and we were talking about maybe it was in an interview that we did, but we were talking about how it takes a village to raise a child, and there's no community in in anywhere now.
Right.
And how you were
There
speaking,
used to be.
There used to be
Yes,
community,
there
and I
was.
think that's what we're lacking now.
Yes,
too.
I agree, guys.
Yeah, I
agree.
appreciate you
You're
guys
welcome.
speaking on that, man.
You're welcome.
You have a good night.
All right, be good, guys. Take care. All right.
I got 1, 2, maybe 3 questions for y'all. First one, do y'all believe the people are in power, or do y'all believe the government is in power?
The government
Government for sure.
Okay.
People try to be empowered, but the
Let's keep it
government.
real. We can't get people in enough settings to talk long enough to do something positive.
Right.
So of course it's going to be the government because the government implement what they want.
And then in order for the people to be empowered, we would have to have unity, how you say,
Exactly.
and we can't even get everybody. So how do y'all feel about voting then?
I still vote.
Right.
I don't know if it really counts, but I still vote.
I was gonna say how much power do y'all think is in voting?
I don't think
5%, if that.
I don't think it's a lot. And
I don't think it's a lot.
But I also think that we as a culture have been, especially my generation, you better vote, you better vote, you better vote because people die for you to vote. And my thing is, my biggest concern is that people make uneducated votes.
Okay.
And to me, that's worse than not voting at all because you voted for somebody that you don't even know what they stand
They
for.
voting for who majority is voting for, not for what's.
That's powerful right there. So
I feel like it's set up as a thing to make us feel like we have an input.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I voted today.
That's how I feel.
I'm like, that's just something that they just set up just for you to feel like you're doing something.
Okay, so one last question based off what you said. You said they drilled it into everybody like vote, vote, vote. That's what your ancestors died for. Do y'all think the power to vote is what our ancestors died for, or is it something beyond that?
I think it's beyond that.
Beyond that,
I think it's beyond
I think
that,
our
but I definitely
ancestors
think
would
it has
have
to be.
preferred for it to be where we can have freedom and the rights to be the same as the people that don't look like this.
Right.
But they set this thing, oh, okay, well, y'all got an opinion here, now y'all can vote. But it's like, y'all not really taking our
Opinion seriously.
Exactly.
seriously.
And then
Y'all just make us feel like it.
Yep.
And they tell you your voice is your vote, but if your vote don't matter, then your voice.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's what a lot of the young folk is thinking. Like, our voice don't matter, so why do I need to vote?
Right, right. No, I appreciate y'all for sure.
Oh yeah.
Y'all have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Yes, ma'am.
So STB Network, how y'all doing? I'm Essence. Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Essence. Shout out to Essence securing the bag for another year.
Yes. So you said the question was, do I feel like the government is power or the people are in power? I feel like it depends on what angle, what perspective we're approaching this question from. So when you say the government in power, they have power, and the people has power.
Exactly.
Power to the people, and the government has a certain perspective of power. So what is your question? Because that's very broad.
Okay, so
I need you to get a little more.
I mean the power. I mean the power to change. The power to affect policy or
stop.
enact policy.
Stop. Okay, I'm gonna get. Come on, I'm gonna get all in the camera.
Here go Essence. Here go Essence.
So, when you're talking about the power to affect change, I feel like there is a place for protest. I feel like there is a place for social justice. My daughter and I were just talking about social justice. But if you guys want to affect change, you have to become politicians. You have to become legislators.
You can't make a major change from where you are right now. Like you have to, you have to, like what she said. Like,
So can I elaborate just a second?
Yes, ma'am. Please do.
Okay. So what I mean by that is this is great. I appreciate you, talking to regular people on the street. But if
unless you're like in a position of power, no great change was going to be made.
You want to change? You guys need to figure out who among you is an excellent orator. If you don't know what that means, look it up.
Orator, yeah.
And speaker, public speaker. You need to figure out who is an excellent reader, right? Not just reciting things, but comprehension and being able to articulate that. And who can y'all rally behind to put them in the legislative position? That could be a councilman, that could be a state legislator, that could be a congressperson. But if you guys want to make real change, this is fine. You need to have these grassroots organization. But if you want to make change, you need to make the laws.
Exactly.
Let me take this off. Look, you need to make the law.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
I have a master's degree. I got a bachelor's degree. I got 3 associate degrees. I speak Spanish. You guys gotta educate yourselves. Do y'all go to town hall meetings? Don't go to town hall meetings angry. Go to town hall meetings informed. Listen to me. You can do this all day. If you guys want to make change, then you got to get political. Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, all the people we looked at, Marcus Garvey, they were all involved in politics.
Y'all heard it here from Essence first. The people got the power to change the laws, but you got to make informed decisions and informed responses.
You got to look at, before, do y'all vote? Do y'all look at the ballot? Do y'all look at all the things that's contained in the ballot? Or y'all just out here angry? And how many of y'all got a library card?
I had a library card back in the day. I don't think it's active no more. Don't do that. Don't do that, Emily.
Yeah, we think got more power. The people are.
Man, the people should have like. Nah, I think the government got more power, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. They selling his dreams out here, you feel me? I think voting is an illusion. I think the protest is just, you feel me, just like a motherfucking football game. People out there cheering on some shit that ain't gonna matter the next day, you know what I'm saying? So they got us all in a loop. We in a 360 deal with the government, man. We gotta hop about that bitch to see what's going on. 80-20, in an 80-20 deal with the motherfuckers, you feel me? How you feel about that big kid?
Man, let me say something, brother. Government, man. So look, right? It should be by the people for the people. However, if that was the case, why the fuck they in there? Man, 432 elected college fucking Congress officials can't get credit cards, nigga. Them niggas crazy as hell, nigga. Them niggas got bad credit, nigga. Them niggas say that.
Hey, no. He posted some shit on the Instagram one day. The Congress is just as bad as us, if not worse, when it comes to domestic abuse.
Oh God.
When it comes to drinking. When it comes to
DUIs, yeah.
Well, let me hit y'all with this. But ain't they the part of the people?
Dude.
Ain't they part of the people?
That is true, but here's the thing though. Who the fuck made them though?
Them,
like, who the fuck? Who the fuck made them that? Cause we ain't do that.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, don't vote. That shit not gonna do nothing. I mean, that's how I look at it. So, fuck it.
Okay, but we did have Essence in the beginning of the video. You feel me? And she was advising us to start local. You know what I'm saying? So if you do vote, we don't want to just, you feel me, be the end all be all and tell you not to do nothing with your vote. You feel me? If you feel like it got power, start locally. You feel me? Because you gotta get elected officials in there that work their way to the top, that work their way to the, you feel me, Congress or the House of Representatives or Electoral College that can speak for you. But the only way you can get somebody that you know is gonna speak for you is if you start voting locally and have their ass move all the way up. And that's how you know voting take way too much time. You feel me? If you gotta get a motherfucker to go through the municipal government or the local government, all the way to the state government, all the way to the federal government, you feel me? It's gonna take too long. They probably gonna get corrupted on their way there. You feel me? So y'all take that with a grain of salt, you feel me, and do what you do, man.
Hey, let me hit him with
we get my dog in there.
Let me what Keon say, man.
With Beyond the Back.
Keon say the power is in the community, man. So kind of like how we got our own like tribe right here. We growing, and it's like we got our own way of looking at things. So like you get with your community and you create your own way of doing things. You don't gotta go off what the government or the elitists or whatever you want to call them. You don't have to. Life is whatever you want to make it. So you create your own tribe and create life however you want to create it. That's what I say. Man.
That's how you stay in bag right there, man.
For me. I'm gonna close this out, man.
Oh, got you, bro.
Big cat,
man. I ain't really getting no interviews in. I was just watching and observing. You feel me?
He came fresh.
You already know I had to fuck some shit up. Hey, next week though, I'm gonna try to go wicked. I'm gonna try to get more. I'm gonna do more to interacting. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, shout out my nigga Gav. He went crazy. My nigga Dusky went crazy. Beyond went crazy, man. As always, STB shit.
The merch going fast, y'all. Get in that raffle, man.
Niggas making sales.
Get in that raffle. We got bad biggities out here wearing this merch.
Dominicanas.
She's gonna make the price go up.
Cause she gonna make that ass clap in the merch, nigga. But anyway, we out here. Hey, secure your bag, man, like you securing your flag. We out this bitch hopping in the new Jag, nigga.
Hopping in the new Jag. Capture that bag.